wrestling fans? Welcome tuning in. And today I am welcoming back for the second time, making his second appearance on my channel, the one and only Tonybooze. Tony, welcome back.
Hey man, thank you for having me back. It's been a while. It's been some time.
Very, very while. Now guys, if you do not remember... What happened?
I said it's been a while.
Gotta put that old man in there. That's what I'm talking about. So guys, if you don't know, Tony and I have recently met a little while back. I did an interview with him talking about his wrestling career. Lots changed since then, so we're going to get an update on that later. But it's been a while, and I wanted to bring him back because you guys seem to like it when I interact with wrestlers and get their interactions. And you guys love when I do wrestling talk, so I wanted to get back into it. And the best way to do it is bring back the man that started it all. So Tony, what's been going on? How's life been after?
Well, I mean... after I talked to you, I think it was around, what was it, around the Rumble?
Around the Rumble,
we had the Ultimate Survival, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was victorious in that, even though there was some controversy behind it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I ended up facing Darius Carter to make sure that I had that spot claimed for me at the anniversary show. Mm-hmm. And I defeated Darius Carter. I went on to main event Warriors of Wrestling's 11-year anniversary show. And, it was a hard-fought battle.
I saw the video. You did your best, man.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought battle. I had him beat in 1, 2, 3, but a masked man came out, and only to get revealed as my former best friend in real life and during training, turn on me completely in a dime. Jason Sinclair, the living weapon.
Oh my God!
If it wasn't for Jason Sinclair ruining my moment, ruining my match, I could be sitting here right now, your Warriors of Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion.
I know that
but
pissed,
alas, I'm not.
Bro. That pissed, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. I cannot tell you how many friends of mine that watched that were pissed off. Mike was pissed off. I was pissed off. David was pissed off. Johnny was pissed off. Sal was pissed off. These are all my friends, by the way. Every single person that I told when you were in this match were all pissed off. They wanted you to win that match.
I wanted to win it for them, man. I didn't go in there alone. Warrior Nation, my family, my friends, everybody who supports me went in there with me. Mm-hmm. And I felt terrible to let you all down, but I promise you guys that I'll be back on that high horse soon.
Yeah. And
anyways,
keep going.
I'm sorry. Anyways, after the anniversary show, I was put into impromptu 3-on-3 tag match. I was supposed to face Jason Sinclair in January. Mm-hmm. And it turned out that he wasn't coming alone. He came with his AOC. He came with Logan Black and Chris Benet. Mm-hmm. So, Private Party came to my aid, and we had a match from there. We had a 3-on-3 tag, and I ended up going up to the top rope. I did a flip off the top rope onto the AOC, and my ankle landed wrong, and my ankle kind of popped clean off pretty much.
I remember.
I was rushed to the emergency room. I was a week on bed rest. I finally saw my orthopedic, and he was telling me that I had ligament damage inside the ankle and a fractured fibula bone. And now I've been sitting in my house since January, just waiting to get back in that ring. Mm-hmm. And now, I mean, finally, after some time already, I started my physical therapy today. Today was day 1, and it's only going to get better from there. Thank you.
Yes, that is what I want to hear. That's the road to recovery, a strong recovery. And you know something? Yeah. A lot of WJ, I know you grew that beard out. I remember the last time. And you got a haircut, too.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit.
Nah, but listen, man. Everybody out there watching this, I want to tell you from me and all my subscribers, we wish you the best of luck in your therapy. We want to see you back out there, man.
Thank you, man.
And I promise you on my word, I am coming to see. Because I know I've promised and I never went, but I'm promising you I am going. And I'm going to take David with me. I'm going to take everybody with me. But now that we know how you've been, let me give you a quick update on me. So last time we talked, I got into MMA. I did amateur UFC right out here at the UFC gym. I'm still doing it, but I had to take a little time off because of school, and also my next fight isn't scheduled until July. My record right now is 4-0, but I'm not gloating about it because you could lose anything in a day. So just been training, trying to keep my body fit. I also started going to the gym to kind of increase. So far, MMA has been good. I can tell you from an MMA's perspective, I really haven't met any bad guys or anything, because ultimately at the end of the day, we all do it for fun. It's not like, oh, we're going to have enemies. There is no title, but there is, rankings and stuff. And
of course.
it's kind of fun, you know. I really love it, and I'm glad that, you know, I did do it. So both of us have kind of taken our things, and I'm glad you're recovering. And for me, I just hope to get back out there and just keep whooping ass.
Hey, man, power to you, man. MMA is a tough thing to get into. UFC is a tough thing to get into. I give you a lot of props for doing what you're doing, man. Kudos for you on your 4-0 record, man. That's pretty dope.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. So now let's get right into it. So, first subject up of the day I want to talk about to all my wrestling fans and everybody. So we got 4 topics to talk about. So we're going to talk about the reaction to what's going on with WWE, the loss of talent. We're going to keep this, you know, we're not going to curse, we're not going to say anything. We're just going to keep it nice and professional. It's a reaction. Because I've changed since then. I'm not fanning out. I'm going to keep it nice and easy. We're going to talk about the recruitment of AEW, how they've been going to independent circuits, and including one of your own co-workers. Then we're going to talk about the controversy with one of them, which I don't know if you're aware of, but I will let you know. And then lastly, we'll just do something for fun.
Gotcha.
So first thing up, as I said, is the controversy of WWE losing talent. So now, as you by now know, Dean Ambrose has left WWE. It was kind of a shock when they announced it, and they said his full name. They didn't say Dean Ambrose. They said his full name when they first unveiled it. Everyone thought it was a stunt. Everyone thought it was fake, but it would turn out to be real. He's gone. He's not coming back. Now, all of a sudden, now we're hearing rumors of Sasha Banks, you know, wanting to quit WWE. She's upset with WWE. Then we hear rumors that other superstars of other calibers are being released. So, with all this stuff hearing, like, what do you think is happening? Why are these people choosing to leave WWE? Is it because the competition is offering better? Is it for the money? Or is it just because they're not just happy with the way they're being treated? I haven't been able to give a solid answer, but I think I have a clear reason. But I was just curious because I know you do deal with WOW. I don't know how they do things. But if you were in kind of that shoes, like, how do you think they're feeling? How would you think?
Well, it all depends because, you know, you get a lot of those people who, you know, post up things and, like, turns out to be just, like, clickbait, you know. So you never know until it actually happens.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Dean Ambrose is concerned, I mean, you know, sometimes you people. I was taught that once it stops becoming fun, you should stop then, because then it becomes a chore. Then you're doing it because you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it may be that, it could be that it's not fun for him anymore, that he doesn't want to do it at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It could be his body is telling him not to do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dean Ambrose has been around for such a long time, and he wasn't Dean Ambrose. He was John Moxley, and his body's been through hell if you've watched any of his matches.
I've seen it. I remember the purple hair and everything, pink hair and all that.
So there's numerous reasons why people would leave or people would want to leave. You know, I'm not backstage. I'm not in their locker rooms.
Yes,
I'm not part of their facility, but I'm sure that whatever their reasoning is for leaving, I'm sure it's a good one. I'm sure it's not that they're leaving because they're upset about something. Maybe they feel like they're being mistreated, and I'm sure that could be worked out, you know. Because like you said, like I can't come up with a clear answer either, because, you know, we're not in any of these people's heads. You know, we can't figure out why. My thing is, though, with all of that stuff, with oh, this person's upset about this and that person's upset about that, I don't believe everything on the internet until they're finally out the door and they're not around anymore. Then there you go. Then, you know, they were leaving for real. But as of right now, I mean, all these things. I saw something recently on Facebook. I saw, like, Bayley is looking to leave, and I was like, if she leaves, I mean, whatever. But I don't believe that right now. You know, once she's out the door and once they release that statement that, you know, future endeavors in there, that's a different story. But I mean, I think a lot of it's clickbait. I think a lot of it's for attention. I'm sure that Sasha and Bayley are really happy where they are. I mean, just they were crowned the new women's tag champions recently. They lost them at Mania, but nonetheless, I mean, I'm sure they're fine with where they are. I don't think they're leaving. But, I mean, if they leave, I'm sure they have a good reason to.
Yeah. I agree with you that I always wait till things happen. That's how it is with tech. I always tell everybody, don't set your expectations high, because when you set them that high, you're going to be led to disappointment. So I agree. I always like to wait until, like you said, they're out the door, then you can. But the reason that I brought it up with the Sasha Banks was because it came from an actual credible source, Bleacher Report. I don't know if you listen to Bleacher Reports. They're probably one of the biggest names to cover sports. And they were talking about it. Obviously, it is rumors, so keep in mind, everybody, this is all rumors and speculations. You cannot take this 100%. If you take this 100%, you're obviously going to take it in the wrong way. But the reason I was so questioning it was because I read why that she's upset. When they lost the titles at WrestleMania, this is what was reported. Sasha felt that WWE would have given them a little longer run to give some credibility to the title, bring some prestigeness, let the title mean something. Because I don't know, because I was at WrestleMania, and I remember everybody at the Mania match, they were not into it. It just felt like it was a boring match. Everybody just wanted it to be over with. And I feel like they wanted to bring some kind of standings to the title. And I feel maybe that if that is the case, if that's what they wanted, then that's a valid reason. But again, I don't know if that's true. However, I do know she did cancel an appearance like this week on Raw. She was supposed to appear, but then she backed out. And then there was a TV show that WWE scheduled for her, and she didn't show up. So these are fingers pointing that something is up. But again, I don't believe that she's leaving. I just think, personally, something is going on. But if there is the case that if she is upset, and it's because of what they're saying, that they didn't get to hold the titles longer to give it prestige, that's a valid argument. Because the women have fought hard to get to that point. And women's main event, I gotta tell you, it was awesome. I thought it was cool. And these women have worked their asses off to get to where they're at in WWE. So if they are upset that they're not getting the prestige and making the title feel as strong, that's completely understandable. That would make anybody... Oh, I'm sorry, Anthony. I'm sorry about that, man. My friend just tried to call me. I have to. Yeah,
you're golden. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna probably edit that out. But anyway, as I was saying, if you're going to, if you're going to fight and make a title prestige, that's a valid argument. I can't take that away. So, yeah, I guess that's a valid argument. But again, we don't know anything until after. So I'm gonna say that. Anything you want to think about that? What I said?
No, I understand. I mean, if I get that they want to hold it and they give it more prestige. That's understandable. That is a valid argument. I feel like the title already has a lot of prestige behind it, and that's just my personal opinion. I think that because we watch the woman tear it up night after night. I mean, when they did Evolution, that was just an amazing show. And like in today's day and age, the viewers, the WWE fans and, wrestling fans in general, whether you watch WWE, Ring of Honor, or anything, people know how hard these women work. Mm-hmm. And I think seeing them get a title, like a tag title finally, I think that's just like, this is showing that their hard work has paid off, and I think it already holds such a prestige because they've been holding their own, and they've been holding the company on, they've been carrying it on their back and everything, These women are money makers. These women are matchmakers. These women are storytellers. Like I am always blown away by all of the women's matches. But I mean, you want to hold on to the title longer for prestige. I understand that. But then again, I mean, it happens. They lost or whatever. I mean, nothing. I don't know. I'm really indifferent on that.
Same. I don't know. Like, again, yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't know. But I get it, though. They probably just felt like they wanted to make the title more relevant because I know they wanted to defend it on NXT and they wanted to, do things differently with it. So I thought that was cool. But for me, though, like, wanting to be upset with what WWE did, because look, the Iconics, whether you like them or not, they kind of deserved that win. They were the only tag team that I felt were the right choice to kind of keep the title. Because look, Sasha and Bayley, they're great. But they weren't really a full team, if you know what I'm saying. Like, they weren't, like, starting together as a tag team. They were separate individuals, had their own careers, have their own persona. If you look at the Iconics, they came in together. They were in NXT as tag teams always. And they came into the league as tag team. And if you look at Nia Jax and Tamina, they just kind of formed. And then the whole Natalya and Beth Phoenix thing, that's just, I mean, that's okay. But I feel like they were the only ones that were worthy enough to win it because they were like tag teams in the start with. They were the ones that started it. They walked into the league. They were like, yes, we're going to be a tag team together. Because they never went in singles, like, going for a women's championship or anything like that, if I remember. Probably could be wrong. But overall, I mean, they had a good run. I can't say they didn't have a good run. And, sometimes it's better to give the title to new people and see where it goes.
100% agree with you. I think my headset turned off.
It's okay, no worries. I can hear you so good.
It's still here. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. Like I said, I mean, I respect them. I want to see them. I don't want to see them leave. I enjoy watching Sasha and Bayley perform.
Yeah.
But I mean, you do what you gotta do. You know, they make the best decision for themselves because they're themselves. You know, but nonetheless, I mean, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Until they leave, that's when I'll say, all right, the dirt sheets were right.
I got you. And I personally, like I said, I don't think they're gonna leave. Honestly, Bayley seems to be all right. She's already in singles competition, so we'll see how everything goes out for them. But that's it for that one. Next up is now the AEW. So I don't know if you were a part of this during the time, but AEW has been doing a lot of recruitment. I've been checking out their page. AEW has been all over the place. To me, I feel like AEW is going to be that one competitor to kind of take on WWE because it's got a billionaire to back them up. So they've got the money. But the thing that I was shocked about AEW is that they're going to independent circuits and pulling out some of the best wrestlers and some of the best to kind of like in the division to go. Now, I was surprised when I saw Sonny Kiss get accepted into AEW. I don't know if Sonny's going in right away. I don't know if when Sonny starts, but I do know that they are still recruiting because they've got quite a bit of people still going in. So, regardless of that, I wanted to ask you, when they were doing this recruitment, were you a part of it? Did they interview you, or did you hear back from anything? How did it all go? Like, are you allowed to say anything?
As far, I don't know what the recruitment is. I wasn't around for when they talked to Sonny. It wasn't like a scout came and watched. But I mean, I don't know how it went down. I don't know how Sonny got in. I'm super proud of Sonny. Not only is he my friend, he's an incredible athlete. He is completely different from everybody else you watch on TV, and he is a well-deserving person of that, and I'm really proud of him. And also, besides Sonny Kiss, 2 people from our Warriors locker room has a contract with them, or are going there currently. Sonny Kiss is one, and then the native beast, Nyla Rose, our women's champion.
Good for them. So, I'm proud to hear that. That's great.
Yeah, no, great people. Both of them are really great people. I feel like they're very well deserved.
You better make sure you get in AEW because I'm going to be watching, so I need to see you up there. AEW, if you're watching this, take this man when he heals up. Watch his matches. He can put on one hell of a show.
Thank you.
But as for the recruitment, though, for AEW, do you think the reason that they're going to these circuits is not just to get unknown names, but to bring awareness that maybe your local wrestling gimmick can actually have real great competitors? Like, do you think they're doing that not only as just to kind of get wrestlers, but also to show it doesn't have to just be pulled from New Japan or Ring of Honor or WWE?
Oh, 100%. You can find a lot of good wrestlers on the independent scene. I mean, there's always a gem every place you go, and there's millions of us. There's millions of wrestlers around the world, So by them going to like the independent companies that they've been going to, or picking up people from these independent companies, they're finding the people that stand out the most and that they see a potential money maker in. And the people that they have so far, a lot of the names on their roster at the moment, they make money. They're on the independent scene. They're going places week after week after week after week, making a name for themselves, doing the drives, meeting people, doing ring crew for people. These people have earned their way into getting these things,
Absolutely,
So I 100% think it's a good idea that they're doing that, like going to independent companies.
I'm glad, it gives an awareness to everybody. And for the most part, I think that they're not done because, they look like they're going to try to get as much talent. So that's why I'm hoping to see you up there one day, man. Even if it ain't AEW, anywhere.
I'm hoping too.
Anywhere. But now let's get into the controversy now. So why do I say controversy? Well, when Sonny Kiss was announced on AEW, I remember I was following AEW before anybody else. I was like one of the few thousands that started following it. When they unveiled that Sonny Kiss was, enlisted to AEW, there was a lot of negativity. And I'm going to read you. And bro, I am not trying to be mean, but I'm going to read you everything that these people, and I want you, because I think it's kind of disrespectful, but also the fact that they're judging somebody before they even see them perform. And I've seen Sonny Kiss perform, but I just want you to hear the reception to Sonny Kiss being announced, and they posted. So on February 20th, they posted a post saying, if you'd like to learn more about our recent AEW signees, Sonny Kiss, check out the latest edition of Road to Double or Nothing. And the first thing I noticed was the like and dislike ratio. So automatically 13,000 people liked it. That's a lot of people. But if you look at their other posts, they have like 46,000 plus. Some or more. So right off the bat, there's something wrong. And so then I delved into the comment section, and I gotta tell you, this was just disrespectful. I don't know if you want to hear it, but I gotta read it to you anyway. First one up was the dislike emoji. That is just putting it. That is like the most. That is like, okay. Let me give a disclaimer right now. That was one of the nicest mean comments because everything else just gets worse. And I'm only gonna read a few. I'm not gonna keep reading the whole page, but everyone is saying that here. I'm sorry, but what the F is that? Effing disgusting. Why do they always have to do this to black wrestlers? Somebody said I'm going back to WWE. Velveteen Nightmare. Velveteen Dream ripoff. Then there are some people defending. They are saying you should not be saying that. Then somebody wrote, oh god damn it, man. Well, you just got 50% of your ratings. Now you're fall like TNA. And then somebody said, well, see you guys back at WWE. Then somebody wrote, okay, now I can take WWE seriously. Bye, AEW. So just hearing that response, I'm going to go first because I actually really want to say this right now. Guys, to everyone that wrote that about Sonny Kiss, you are one disrespectful motherfucker. You are so disrespectful. First of all, let me tell you guys something. Never judge a book by its cover. I think you guys have heard that saying so many times. I think all of you don't even need to let me explain that. But why would you say that he is ruining WWE? Now, apologize if I get Sonny Kiss wrong. I apologize. But still, why are you saying all this? He hasn't performed. He just got signed. They haven't had their first pay-per-view. And you're already making fun of him just because of how he looks. Now, I will say, there is a striking similarity to Velveteen Dream in... Not like that. I'm talking not like that. Not what Velveteen... No, they're two different things. But I'm talking bringing awareness to this whole idea that it doesn't matter what character you play in wrestling. It doesn't matter who you are. You will be accepted to the fans. That's what I'm talking about. Because Velveteen is doing, like, I don't know what his style is, but if you look at Sonny Kiss, it's not identical. It's different, but it's in the same style of what they're trying to get the message through to both parties. That's where I feel like they're similar. They're trying to bring a message and an awareness to everybody. But the fact that you guys are going and calling Sonny Kiss all this stuff, it's kind of disrespectful not only to him, it's disrespectful to what you're basically going to be rooting for. Because ultimately, you guys are rooting for AEW, and this is how you're going to treat one of their signees? Like, this is what I got to say. Do not judge somebody until you see them perform. I have watched Sonny Kiss put on some matches, and I got to tell you, it was phenomenal. And you know something? If you guys don't know anything about Sonny Kiss, go to Warriors of Wrestling, go on their webpage, look up Sonny Kiss yourself, and actually see it before you make a judgment call. Because I will tell you right now, he can do so much more than you probably can, than anything I can think of. So, it is disrespectful. It was a shame that I had to see all that negativity. And I only wanted you to say something because I know you worked with Sonny, and I figured you need to hear this, and I want you to tell everybody right now how you feel, and I want you to tell them to, like, you tell them what you want, because words cannot express enough for me how much disrespect I feel when I read all this stuff.
I mean, you kind of hit all the main points that I was gonna hit, but nonetheless, it's just people being keyboard warriors. Everybody's tough behind the screen until you get approached in person. Mm-hmm. There's always gonna be hate no matter what you do. Not everybody's accepting of things. Not everybody's accepting of things, and like whatever, that's absolutely fine. You know, not that it makes it okay, but whatever. You know, you're not accepting of certain things. You know what? Fine, keep it to yourself, and then don't bother anyone. Stay underneath the rock, and don't get with the times. You know, a lot of things are more acceptable nowadays. But as far as like the comments go about him being Velveteen Dream ripoff, that's absolutely untrue. Sonny Kiss is an original. Sonny Kiss is a one and only. It doesn't surprise me, the comments at all. Honestly, I mean, like I said, people hate on people because they're jealous, because they wish they were in the position that he was in. They want to vicariously be him, even though they're hating on him. And that's just how it is. That's how the world works. Shame on them for being disrespectful. It's not right. They definitely know better, but they choose to be tough over social media. But you know what? It doesn't affect Sonny. It doesn't really affect me, because you know what? We're doing something that they want to be doing, because they're paying to see us at the end of the day. So that is what it is. But yeah, I was always told, there's two things that I was always told, and that is just in general, if you post out stuff, whether it's a podcast or it's a music video, whatever you do on social media, never look at the comment section.
Oh yeah. Just
never look at it. And two, if you're being hated and you're being disliked, you're doing something right. So kudos to you, Sonny Kiss, for being, hated.
Hell, kudos. I give him so much credit, because if I was in his shoes and I was reading this shit, I would have probably killed myself, because these people, like, they get so, like, it's almost not racist, but it's almost just, it's just disgusting. Like, somebody wrote here,
it's 100%. It's 100% homophobic and racist.
It is.
Most of them are.
And I appreciate some people are literally giving him some love. One guy wrote here that it's really dope that you guys signed him. Vince would never. Y'all gotta drop some T-shirts for him. I'm a big fan. See, things like that is what you want to see, because Sonny has worked his ass off to get to where he's at, and now he's on a big platform like AEW, and it barely even has one show in. So, kudos to him. But when I see shit like he identifies as a dick sucker, I just want to punch that guy in the face, man.
Of course you do. Of course, I want to beat the hell out of somebody like that also. But at the end of the day, it's not worth your time or energy, because you don't beat sense into people. People don't change because you beat them up.
You're absolutely right. You know what? You're right.
Yeah, my final words on that whole situation is Sonny, I love you. You're well deserving of this, and I mean, like I said, you're doing something right, because people are hating on you. So keep doing what you're doing, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Kudos, exactly. Good job on you, Sonny. All right, next up on the topic. Now we're just gonna have a little fun, get away from all controversies. You just have a nice little enjoyment. So, we're gonna go back into WWE now, because I do want to talk about the positioning of NXT. So, do you watch NXT?
Every now and then, yeah.
Okay. Well, apparently there is a new change in the NXT division. So they're starting to pull up the top names from NXT and bringing them to Monday Night Raw and SmackDown as kind of a way to bring into the brand split. They originally did 4. They had Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Ricochet, and Aleister Black. And of the 4, only 2 of them have been on this big platform and made WrestleMania, which was Ricochet and Aleister Black. Now, do you feel that WWE did this to bring awareness to NXT, or do you feel that this was a way to introduce these guys to what it's like to be on the mainstream, be on the big show? Because NXT, even though it is big, I know not a lot of people watch it because it's on the WWE Network, or sometimes people forget, but I went to NXT TakeOver. That crowd is phenomenal. I think that was the best crowd reaction I ever saw. But do you think they're doing it to introduce them to what they may be approaching, or did you feel it was just a way to keep NXT spread out through the universe?
I think it's to give it exposure, to show people that this is what you get on NXT. I think it's also they just feel like it's the right time for these guys to spread their wings and grow more. I mean, Aleister Black and Ricochet, they're a walking highlight reel. Anything they do is is always phenomenal. So I think it's like that. I think they bring up these guys to give the brand exposure, to let more people know that this is what you get while watching NXT. All well deserving of being where they're at right now. I really liked it was a fatal 4-way tag for the SmackDown Tag Championships, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed that match. That was a really good match. That was a fun match to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's both. I think it's a mix of both to give the brand exposure, to show people that, to give people a reason why to purchase the WWE network. You know, you can see. I don't know if they say it, but I'm sure they do. You can see this and more on NXT. You know, with these types of superstars. You know, and it's also, I think it's a learning thing. You know, they're continuously growing.
Yeah, absolutely.
People are continuously growing. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. And for me, you know, it was a good exposure because I had already watched NXT, so I knew that this was awesome. But I was more excited because not only did they show what NXT is capable of, but it also it made it fun. Because when I watch NXT, the crowd is always interacting. There's never one dead moment of silence.
Absolutely.
I mean, and the thing is like on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, there are times when it can be dead or silent and there's not a lot of interaction going on. But when I watched, and I literally remember, when I watched TakeOver, everybody was on their feet. There was not one moment where everybody was sitting down or going, oh, I'm tired. No, everybody was in tune. They loved TakeOver. And for me, I would love it if they were to air it more on TV instead of the network, but I understand they have to.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I understand, though, they have to have something to get people to watch the network.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, though, I mean, you could probably maybe do, like, a special or two. Like a special presentation of NXT or air TakeOver for the first time on the USA Network or on Fox, because now they're going over to Fox, which we'll talk about in just a second. But my thing is like, NXT is amazing. It reminds me of when wrestling was fun when I was a kid. Like, when I was 6 or 7 years old on a Friday night SmackDown and Monday Night Raw, when it used to get that cool late-night feel, like you were one of the few kids that could stay up at 11 o'clock watch wrestling. To me, it was always cool. I remember wrestling used to start at, like, 9 o'clock. Then they had to change it to 8. So, to get those cool feelings, it was fun. And that's why I feel like NXT brings that back to me. So, that's what I gotta say about that. And the last thing up before we gotta go is, of course, as I talked about, WWE is moving SmackDown to the Fox network. So, I don't know about you, but Fox was the original home for SmackDown. And Fox is probably one of the biggest names out there, and now they are owned by Mickey Mouse. So, goddamn. That Mickey Mouse has got his own Infinity Gauntlet.
Yo, he does, really. It's insane. I was speaking to this with my friends. I was like, yo, like, Disney runs the world, man. Like, there's not many companies that are left that aren't owned by, like, Disney.
Yeah. The only thing left that I can think of is, like, what can I think of that's left? Like, a Universal, or probably that's about it. Because everything else, I think Disney's got a grip on. But as I was saying, so now they're going over to Fox. Now, it's only SmackDown. It's not Raw, because USA is willing to pay more for Raw. However, though, with the increase of audiences on Fox, apparently Fox has made a couple of demands. They want a few big names to go over to SmackDown before they go on. They want, you know, a little more Attitude Era style, not too much PG rating. They've made a few demands, and it's publicly known. And they have also wanted a post-talk show on the Fox network that's solely for WWE. Now, WWE...
Really? I didn't hear about that. That's pretty dope.
Well, WWE agreed to it because on Access, on TakeOver, they announced they were going to host a Fox show that will be strictly WWE, where you get all your WWE news. So at least they met them on that. But now they want big names, like Finn Balor, Becky Lynch, obviously. They want that. So when Becky won the double titles, do you think that's their first step to getting a big name onto SmackDown? Because to me, I feel like it kind of works two ways. One, it just shows that you can have one woman hold 2 championships for each division, but also it kind of defeats the brand split because you try to make people like one show or the other, and then you get one person from one other brand to win both titles, and then they just show up here and there. I know this week coming up is the shakeup, so we're gonna have to see what they do. But for me, it's like, I don't know. Like, do you think that by making them win 2 titles and going over to each brand, and it's a big name, do you think that like, you know, I don't know what you think about that. I don't know.
I think that's a really smart move, because it gives a chance for more competition for Becky. She has both the SmackDown and the Raw Women's title. She has both the rosters on SmackDown and Raw.
Mm-hmm.
It gives it makes Becky look great holding 2 titles.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it gives them that chance to have what you were saying about them wanting bigger names on SmackDown because it's moving to Fox. Becky Lynch is a household name right now. She's their women's champion. She's the face of their women's division. So yeah, her going to SmackDown's a good move if that's what they want. They want a bigger superstar. I think it's a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. I definitely think it benefits more than it hurts. And like for those reasons I said, she has both the divisions to use from, and we can see a variety of matches.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't only have to see her because there's always that complaint that people wrestle the same people every week. I don't know why that's a complaint because when they put on great matches, I don't know what the problem is. But whatever it is, you know, they complain about that they're seeing the same matches. And with the dual champion and somebody as good as Becky Lynch, they will be able to see different matches because they can split it up. Fox gets their big superstar name, and it makes Becky look great.
I think so. And you know what it is, though? I feel like I wish if SmackDown goes to Fox, I really do hope they kind of change the tone just a little bit. Like, obviously they'll keep it PG, but they, like, up the PG just a little bit. Give us a little more attitude. Not, like, cursing and nudity and stuff like that, but, like, more... Like, I know what they're trying to get at. Like, they want more, like, pizzazz. They want more interaction. They want more energy, and they want a little more seriousness in the match. Because if you look at anything on Fox Sport, it's basketball. They get serious about football, especially. So it's not a friendly child kind of network. They want something more for like teenagers and adults to understand.
Of course,
so,
I think wrestling is moving in that direction anyway. I think it's more or less a reality era more than a PG era. So I definitely understand that if they want an edgier type of content.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's how the business is evolving itself. It's becoming more of a reality based thing. You know, you hear the few curses every now and then. I mean, Cena came back on Mania to be Thugonomics, Dr. Thugonomics.
That was great, man.
Nuts, and that was probably one of my favorite moments of Mania. But so yeah, they're moving towards a reality type of ordeal, I believe. That's just my opinion. I'm not sure.
Hey, you never know, man. But honestly, though, I will tell you something. If they do go for a little more deeper, I guess, like a kind of edgier tone, then it'll definitely give you more reason to watch SmackDown. Because SmackDown, I think, personally, is my favorite show. I don't know if you prefer Raw or what, but I prefer SmackDown because 2 hours is easier to sit through. I can just get through it in the night, and especially it's on Friday nights. Now, dude, I don't know about you, but nothing beats a nice Friday night SmackDown. Like,
I agree.
Who says Tuesday night SmackDown? Nobody that I know.
Yeah, it's true.
Friday
I
night
remember when
SmackDown
I started
sounded
watching. Better. It was on the Friday, and I was like so thrown off because they did it on Thursday and they changed it back to Tuesday.
And then they had WGN, like it was jumping all over the place. It was on Sci-Fi, WGN, then it went on to USA, and now it's on Fox. Let's just hope it stays on Fox for a long time.
No more jumping around.
Oh, honestly. And that's going to do it. All right. So, Tony, thank you so much again for coming on. You know, it's always an honor to have you on. It's great to interact with you. Good.
Thank you, man. I always appreciate being on here, man. It's always a fun time. Anytime you want to bullshit about stuff, I'm sorry for cursing. Anytime you want to talk about things, anytime you want to catch up on things, you want to know what's going on, I'm here for you. I'll talk to you.
Thank you, man.
It's awesome, man.
It is really awesome. And listen, I'm hoping for my next episode to bring you back, but I also want to get in, if we could try, because I haven't been able to make contact with this person. I want to get the one and only Sonny Kiss in this, because I have some questions for him. I want to interview him. I want to know, I want to know everything, like not just his character and stuff, but I want to know how it feels to be on AEW and stuff. I just want to get some interaction. So I'm hoping that if he watches this, he would be willing to come on with you. And possibly, because I now know where he works, the Cookie Pimp. So we can now have a nice...
You know where you worked. Oh, my God.
Now, I'll tell you the story later. But that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching. I just had to throw that in there. We love you, man. Anyway,
right,
thank you guys.
Can I plug in my stuff real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. Guys, come to Warriors Wrestling on April 13th, Saturday, April 13th. Bell time is 8. Doors open at 7. We have Byron Saxon coming, and Melina is wrestling Nikki Adams, I believe, in the main event. It is going to be a must-see thing. You can follow me on all my social media. Get my updates if you're interested. Tonybooze _42 on Instagram. Tonybooze42 on Twitter. So, yeah, I just wanted to plug in myself. Thank you.
Nah, no worries, man. No worries. Guys, like he said, definitely check out Warriors of Wrestling. Keep up with him on social media. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you like what you see, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more content. Thanks for watching, and peace.
See you.
No, I can't be responsible.